Well, hello again. Okay, so we have been working with mixtures and solutions, and today we are going to talk about solubility. There are different things that can affect how well something dissolves into something else. So, how well a solute dissolves into a solvent. If there's only a little bit of solute dissolved, it is called dilute. If there is a lot of solute dissolved, it is considered a concentrated solution. But how much solute can dissolve into a solvent at a specific temperature is the solubility. Now, when you add too much solute, or not too much, but so much solute that no more can actually dissolve, then you have what's called a saturated solution. That's how you make rock candy. But some different things that can affect how well something dissolves are the pressure, the type of solvent, and the temperature. Now, solubility can actually help identify a substance. It is a characteristic of that property of matter. And so that would be considered a physical property. So if we just had a powder, an unknown, sitting on the desktop, and you had several other powders to test, and they were all, basically the same, had the same appearance, you would be able to use the solubility of that unknown against the solubility of your knowns and figure out what it is. Now, if we're talking about pressure, we are talking about the solubility of a gas in a liquid. And as we increase the pressure over the solution, of course, we're going to dissolve more into the solution. So for instance, to increase the carbon dioxide concentration in soda, the gas is under a high amount of pressure. And then as soon as we open that bottle, the pressure is reduced and we can see that the carbon dioxide starts to come out and we get that fizzing. The solvent, what type of solvent you're dissolving into can affect solubility. Sometimes solutions cannot be made because the solute and the solvent just aren't going to work together, kind of like oil and water. This is because some polar and non-polar compounds just don't mix well. Ionic and polar compounds usually dissolve in polar solvents. Non-polar compounds don't usually dissolve in a polar solvent, but they will in a non-polar one. So again, when we're thinking about polar and non-polar, remember again, we're talking going back to those covalently bonded compounds, or talking about ionic compounds. So here's one of the key things that you're going to want to remember. Like dissolves like. Nonpolar dissolves nonpolar. Polar dissolves polar. Now, another thing that can affect the solubility, of course, is temperature. For most solid solutes, if we increase the temperature, we're going to increase the solubility. So, for instance, if we're working with just sugar and water, we can dissolve 100 grams of water at 0 degrees Celsius. But if we want to increase the temperature of the water, we'll be able to dissolve more sugar. A heated solution can dissolve more solute than it can at cooler temperatures. So if a heated saturated solution cools slowly, the extra solute may remain dissolved to become what's called a supersaturated solution, where it has more solute than is predicted by its solubility at a given temperature. Okay, that was a quick little effort on solubility. See you soon.